following is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Time. Let's head up to the broadcast booth for the pregame show right now on Magnitude Sports.
All right, welcome. We're live here at Westside High School, home of the Westside Warriors, and it'll be the West Fargo Patriots taking on the Grand Island Islanders, also known as Home Federal Bank. And we'll go over the starting lineups and all that cool stuff coming up here right after this quick commercial break in just a moment here on Magnitude. Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate-controlled hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full-swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
Runnings is celebrating 75 years in business with an incredible 2022 Ford truck giveaway. Just imagine you hitting the road in a brand new fully loaded Runnings Red Super Crew 4x4 truck. Don't imagine it. Make it happen by entering to win now through August 10th. To register, grab a prize card from your local running store or visit runnings.com/2022 Ford Truck Giveaway. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 or older to enter. Enter to win today. And thank you for shopping at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store. Runnings is celebrating 75 years in business with an incredible 2022 Ford truck giveaway. Just imagine you hitting the road in a brand new fully loaded Runnings Red Super Crew 4x4 truck. Don't imagine it. Make it happen by entering to win now through August 10th. To register, grab a prize card from your local running store or visit runnings.com/2022 Ford Truck Giveaway. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 or older to enter. Enter to win today. And thank you for shopping at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store.
The visiting team will be West Fargo.
All right, welcome back to the Westside High School.
Correction. Reversal.
Oh, they
team will be West Fargo, and
okay,
visiting
we're going
team
to have
will
to
be
flip that on our scoreboard
Federal.
here then. So what we're going to do is we're going to take another commercial break, get that flipped, and then we'll be right back here in just a moment.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
All right, welcome back. Top of the first inning here, and we just got to flip-flop our home and away teams, so that was the reason for the extended break there, but that's now we are ready to go here after I hit one more button here. First pitch comes across at 12:06 for a strike. Get you the batters here in just a moment. All right, so it's 1-1 strike to Zenon Sack. That'll be Sack, Cohen Nelson, E.J. Arends, your first three batters here for Grand Island as that pitch comes across. I believe it's 2 balls and a strike now here for Sack. And that one's hit sharply right up, and a nice diving grab by Wiggerstrand. He'll fire it over to first base there, and Burkhart will make the catch. And he is out. Is out number 1. He missed the catch. He's safe. It is not out number 1. So runner on base.
On the error. Brings up the left fielder, number 17, Cohen Nelson.
So the first error of the game comes 1 minute into the game and puts a runner on base for Cohen Nelson, the batter now here. And he'll bunt it down that third base side. Deere runs after it and struggles to pick it up, and he's on base as well. So a couple of early mistakes here for
Nelson saved at first on the infield single. Advancing sack to second
West
base.
Fargo. They're going to credit him with a
That
single on
brings up the
that
center
one.
fielder, number 2, E.J. Aarons.
E.J. Aarons with 2 runners on, first and second now, and Caleb Deere on pitch number 6 now. And that pitch is low and out for a ball. It's 1-0. Update from the earlier game this morning between Post 400 and Creighton Prep. Creighton Prep and took care of business with Post 400 by the final score of 9-0 right now. Post 400 is currently in progress with St. Mike's. That game is 0-0 in the top of the third. This one hit way out into the outfield, right field. Struggling to pick it up there is Griffin Stahl. Rounding third is Zenon Sack. And also coming in from first is Connor Nelson. And 2 runs will score. And it is a 2-0 lead here for Grand Island.
Aarons has a 2 RBI double, advancing to third base on the error. Brings up the designated hitter, number 9, Carson Lighting.
Carson Lighting now with the runner on third. And that pitch comes across for a strike here to Lighting. Once again, Caleb Deere on the mound, and then around the bases, you got Cooper Borkart at first, Nolan Dodds at second, Seth Wiggerstrand at short. Aiden Wolf at third. Behind the plate catching is Easton Heisler as that pitch comes in for a ball. It's 1-1. In the outfield, Matt Heupel in left, Griffin Stahl in right, and Trey Stocker in straightaway center field here at Westside High School, home of the Westside Warriors. And they would fall. I believe the final score was 5-4. Grand Island would fall 5-4 to Omaha Westside, otherwise known as KB, in the game right before this one. So this is the second game back-to-back here for Grand Island. 1 ball and 2 strikes now here to bounce again. The batter's Carson Lighting. The runner on third is E.J. Aarons. Pitch number 10 for Caleb Deere coming up right here on the 1-2. And he'll get him, and it'll be a drop third strike, and that is a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout for Caleb Deere.
Lighting goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. Brings up the third baseman, number 16, Braden Lee.
So E.J. Aarons stays put on third and brings up Braden Lee now. He'll face pitch number 11 from Caleb Deere. Braden Lee, batter number 5 in the lineup here for Grand Island. That pitch is right in for a strike 1. 0-1 here to Braden Lee. On deck is Cohen Evans with 1 away. If no double plays happen, we'll see him for sure. Here's the windup in the 0-1, and that one's down the middle. That one will pop away, and Aarons will come in from third and score easily as Heisler was not able to find the ball. And it's now 3-0, and it's a 1-1 count to Braden Lee. So now the bases are empty. Grand Island's put 3 runners on, and all 3 of them have crossed the plate so far. Pitch comes inside for a ball. It's now 2-1 here to Braden Lee. 1 away, nobody on, and a 3-0 lead here. And West Fargo will have some early work to do here in the bottom of the first. He'll bat that one foul off the handle of the bat. 2-2 the count. Eric Johnson will be here tomorrow for the West Fargo game against Omaha Central. Omaha West, excuse me. It's one of the Omaha teams, we'll put it that way. 2-2. as Eric has the doubleheader for the Stars. It started at 9:30 this morning, and then the Stars will play Mayfield tomorrow night at 7:30, and I'll be on that game. Eric Tianson will be here for West Fargo's game at 7:30. And I think it almost sounded like that one came off his shoulder and not the bat, but either way, it's fouled off, and it'll remain a 3-2 count. And then, depending on how West Fargo and Fargo Post 400 do today and tomorrow, one or both of the teams may enter bracket play. And if they do, we'll have those games against opponents to be determined. So
now batting the first baseman, number 11, Cohen Evans.
Cohen Evans, after the walk to Braden Lee, puts another runner on, and now here comes Coach Roll, and they're going to have a chat here really quick. I don't think West Fargo expected to find themselves down 3-0 here with one out and another runner on. Grand Island 12-5 overall in the year. West Fargo coming in with an unblemished 10-0 record. And right now, it's still early in the game, so I'm sure the West Fargo fans have confidence in their team, but certainly a good start here for Grand Island. Once again, the batter is Cohen Evans. He's batter number 6 in the lineup here. Kevin Ramos is on deck. And the pitch. And it'll be fouled off for strike one. Three runs on 2 hits and 2 errors so far here for Grand Island. As Caleb Deere sets up for the 0-1 pitch, delivers, got him swinging, and it's 0-2. Pitch to the outside, chased it, paid the price. 7 minutes into the ball game, and pitch 20 on the horizon here for Caleb Deere. Once again, the runner on first is Braden Lee for Grand Island. That one's a little bit high and out for a ball, and it's 1-1. Still in the bottom of the third, and Post 400 and St. Mike's are knotted up at 0-0. Looks like that one's going to the top of the fourth now. Keep you updated on that game here as it continues to progress. You can watch that game live here on Magnitude Sports. Oh, last pitch by Evans was fouled away, and that'll make the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. It'll keep the count at 1-2 if you want to be more accurate on that. And the 1-2, did he catch the edge? No, he just missed it. 2-2 the count. Tried to slide that pitch over the outside edge of the plate and just couldn't quite catch it. And he sends this one down the middle but too low, and it's a full count at 3-2. One away, once again, Kevin Ramos on deck here for Grand Island. And he'll be fouled away, and he'll stay alive for another one. And that one's also fouled away, and we'll stay right where we're at 3-2. This is the 8th pitch of the at-bat here between Deere and Evans. And another payoff. And that one cranked hard to right. And it'll drop for a base hit. It'll move Braden Lee up to second. 2 runners on and another hit. Now bring up Kevin Ramos.
Number 14, Kevin Ramos.
So Braden Lee out to second. Evans on first with a hit single to right. Now Kevin Ramos, batter 7 in the lineup here for Grand Island, will step up to the plate to face pitch number 26 from Caleb Deere. There we go. Now he loosened up our camera a little bit. We can get out to right field if that happens again. 1 ball, no strikes to Ramos. And now he'll square up for a bunt, and they'll come across for a strike. So he'll miss it, 1-1 the count. So he was trying to advance, lead a third, and Evans up to second to put 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 out, or potentially 2 outs, depending on the outcome of the bunt. We'll see if he squares up again here on the 1-1 count. As Deere checks back at second, he'll take the full swing, foul it away, and it's 1-2, and that will likely dissolve the idea of squaring up for a bunt. And that one's heading towards center. And it'll drop for a hit. Throw to home, and they will hold. That throw will come in quick enough to hold Braden Lee at third.
Single to center field.
So the single will load the bases for Caden Rath.
Number 3, Caden Rath.
So to reset, Braden Lee on third, Cohen Evans on second, Kevin Ramos in first, on first, I should say. Caden Rath, the batter. Here's the windup and the pitch to Rath, and it's in for a strike, 0-1. 11 minutes into the game, Caleb Deere on 30 pitches, 20 strikes, 10 balls. And he got the outside edge for a strike. It's 0-2. Here's the windup in the 0-2, and that's fouled off. Caleb Deere does have 1 Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout. We'll see if he can get the second one coming up here. Be a big second out with the bases loaded. And a beneficial moment here for West Fargo if he can get a strikeout. Here's the windup, and he got him swinging. It's Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout number 2. For Caleb Deere.
That brings up the catcher, number 1, Tyler Douglas.
So this will complete the batting lineup here. If Douglas can reach base, we'll flip it back to the top of the order here, but 2 away bases loaded, and Tyler Douglas will have to try and keep this inning going here for Grand Island. They've already got 3 across the plate on 2 hits and 1 error, and now they have a couple more hits. Sensel's 2 hits came across, and that third run came in on hit number 4, I believe it was. No, hit number 3, actually. And then hit number 4 was that bloop single that loaded the bases. 1 ball, no strike to Tyler Douglas. Here's the windup from Deere. He'll send it outside for ball 2. Outside and low. Once again on deck is Zenon Sack. That would return us to the top of the order if he can reach the plate here. 2-0 to Douglas. Here's the windup from Deere. Got down the middle for a strike. 2-1. Wasn't sure if maybe that one was a little bit high at first, but it was indeed in the strike zone, and 2-1 the count. And the 2-1 delivery. Got it over the edge. Strike 2, and it's 2-2. Nice pitch there by Caleb Deere. Not always easy to get those strikes on those types of pitches, but he got it there. So now he needs 1 more strike to strand the runners on base. Can he do it on the 2-2? Yes, he can. He'll get Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout number 3, and that'll strand 3 runners on base and keep the score at 3-0. And now for West Fargo will be Nolan Dodds, Trey Stocker, and Brennan Hammond leading things off. On the mound will be Jaden Jurgensmeyer. When we return after the break, 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors, and they leave 3 on base here in the top of the first. Dodds, Stocker, and Hammond due up after the break here on Magnitude. Be right back.
Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Well, West Fargo may have met their match, and I'm not necessarily talking about the team they're playing. I'm talking about the cheeseburgers at the concession stand here. Prior to about 30 minutes ago, I thought West Fargo had the best hamburgers in the country at their concession stand, but they have a close competitor now. I had one cheeseburger, and as soon as I finished it, I went back and got another one. I'm not necessarily saying that the gold medal's taken away from West Fargo, but we're going to have to get some feedback from some of the West Fargo fans in attendance today who've ordered burgers and come to a consensus. We'll put it that way.
West Fargo, the right fielder, number 2, Nolan Dodds.
Nolan Dodds, 7 for 19 lifetime when batting on Magnitude broadcast. And he'll face the first pitch from the pitcher on the mound, Jaden Jurgensmeyer. Tyler Douglas is behind the plate catching. We'll go around the bases here after the 1-0 pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike one, 1-1. Around the bases, you got Cohen Evans at first, Zenon Sack at second, Kevin Ramos, the shortstop, Braden Lee at third. And in the outfield, E.J. Arends, I'm going to double check that one, in center. Kay Narath in right, and Cohen Nelson in left field. Squaring up for the bunt. Pitch comes outside. He pulls the bunt back. It's 2-1. It is still 0-0 as they go to the bottom of the fourth between the Post 400 Stars and the St. Mike Saints. That game being played at the Creighton Prep Field, turf field. That one's popped up, fouled away, and good for strike 2. Of course, West Fargo played at the Creighton Prep Field, turf field last year in this Creighton Prep tournament. I believe it was Braden Jacobson who hit 2 3-run home runs, one to left field, one to right field in the same game. Two and 2 the count here to Nolan Dodds. Once again, Trey Stocker on deck. And he may have tipped that one. Nope, it's going to go into the books as a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout for, see if I can pronounce that again, Jurgensmeyer. There we go.
Dodds goes down swinging for the first out of the inning.
So, one away for Trey Stocker. 2 for 4 lifetime on Magnitude with a couple hits to center field. That pitch will just miss.
Center fielder number 3, Trey Stocker.
Jurgensmeyer tried to hit that outside corner of the plate, but just barely missed it for ball 1. That one is apparently a ball. It looked like a strike to me. It's 2-0. And that one is hit hard. Nice grab there by Sack at second. He'll toss it over to Evans for the 4-3 ground out.
Second baseman Sack to retire Stocker for the second out of the inning.
That'll bring up Brennan Hammond.
That'll bring up the designated hitter number 5, Brennan Hammond.
Brennan Hammond, 8 for 21 lifetime on Magnitude Sports. That pitch comes across for a strike, gets 0-1. Griffin Stahl moves into the on-deck circle. Jurgensmeyer is taking care of 2 batters on 8 pitches. And that'll be strike 2 and pitch number 10 for Hammond. So on 10 pitches, 4 balls and 6 strikes for Jurgensmeyer. So the official will halfway walk out the next ball for the next pitch. Once again, if Hammond can reach base, we'll see Griffin Stahl next. And that's outside for a ball. It's 1-2. Jurgensmeyer seeing if Hammond would chase after that, and Hammond would not. Jurgensmeyer still with a couple pitches to work with, and that one just missed. And Hammond just barely kept that swing from following through. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 20 minutes into the ball game. And that pitch comes in for strike 3. It's a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout for Jurgensmeyer, and that will retire the Patriots here in the bottom half of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll take a timeout and due up for Grand Island. You got Zenit Sack, Cohen Nelson, E.J. Ahrens. It's the top of the order. Batters 1, 2, and 3 after the break here on Magnitude. Be right back.
Signorama of Fargo is the trusted, preferred signage vendor of NDSU athletics. The global leader in the sign and graphic industry, Signorama is the way to grow your business. Competitive prices, free consultations and estimates, signage solutions that fit your budget. Signorama is locally owned and committed to community support. Trusted by the Bison, be a championship business with Signorama. Call or go online at sarvalley.com.
All right, welcome back. Grand Island up 3-0 here over the West Fargo Patriots. It's the top of the order, just like it was in the top of the first. Zenit Sack will lead things off here, as they got 3 runs on 4 hits and 2 West Fargo errors, leaving 3 on base in the top of the first. And see if West Fargo can do a little bit better here on the second go-around of the batting lineup here for Grand Island. Caleb Deere, 38 pitches prior to that one to make it 39, 12 balls, 26 strikes in the first inning. And now it's 1 ball, 1 strike here to Zenit Sack. We'll also see Cohen Nelson and E.J. Ahrens. And 2-1 the count. 23 minutes into the ball game. It's still 0-0 in the top of the 5th between the Fargo Post 400 Stars and the St. Mike Mikes. (3-1), and that pitch comes in for a strike, and now we have a full count at 3-2 here on Zenit Sack. Sack 0 for 1, reached on the first error of the game last time he was at the plate. And he'll rifle this one up out of play over the first base line and long out of play. Remains 3-2. And that one is hit to the right field side and foul as well. And he will send that one towards right field. And the catch will be made this time by Griffin Stahl. Oh, it did bounce. It's kind of hard to see with the sun shining out there. I thought he made the catch, but he did not. So
to right field, brings up the left fielder, number 17, Cohen Nelson.
So Zenit Sack, it will be the runner on first. Cohen Nelson, 1 for 1. Reached on a bunt single down the third base line, and he's going to do the same thing this time. And the question is, will he reach? It's going to be close. No, he got it there in time. Going to the books as a 1-3 ground out to advance Sack up to second.
Nelson has a sacrifice bunt, advancing Sack to second base. Brings up the center fielder, number 2, E.J. Ahrens.
Ahrens 1 for 1 with a double, snuck one out in between Stocker and Stahl in right center last time he was at the plate. And the pitch comes in for a strike. 0-1 here to Ahrens. double check something with our camera here really quick. Okay, a little bit brighter. Now we can maybe see it. That one hit the cross beam of the net right in front of our camera here. It's been a centimeter higher. It may have floated down into the window at the angle it was going. 1 ball and 2 strikes officially here to E.J. Ahrens with Carson Lighting on deck. That one will pop away. Heisler will get to it quickly to keep Sack on second. Two and two the count. Once again, Burkhart first, Dodd second, Wiggerstrand short, Wolf at third. Deer on the mound, Heisler behind the plate. Deer taking a look at Sack on 2 occasions. Check swing, and then he fouled it off the end of the bat. It'll remain 2 and 2 as a result. Deer checks on the runner and delivers the pitch low and out for ball 3, and we have a full count now here to E.J. Ahrens. And Caleb Deer racking up the pitches. He's at 53. This next one will be 54. And we're in the top of the second with 1 out. Usually you like to see that 50 count somewhere in the 4th inning and not in the 2nd inning. This time he'll walk them. They'll put 2 runners on now.
And draws a walk, brings up the designated hitter, number 9, Carson Lighting.
Carson Lighting, a victim of a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout last time. He was thrown out on a drop 3rd strike. 27 minutes into the ball game, and Caleb Deer with pitch 55 against the first person of the game that he was able to get out, and he'll get him swinging on the first pitch. It's 0-1. And my apologies. They switched pitchers in between innings there, and I didn't even notice. This is Evan Berg on the mound, so we'll see if Evan Berg can. All right, so just to get some confirmation here, Evan Berg is responsible for both runners on base as he did start the inning. And kudos to the young fan up in the press box who noticed it. It slipped by me, it slipped by our PA announcer. Swing and a miss for a strike. Where are we at? 3-1? 3-2. Okay. Two runners on, first and second, and Carson Lighting on a full count here. Either a strikeout or a walk. We'll see what happens. And it's going to go deep to left field. It's going back, and it is going to be a ground rule double as it takes a hop over the left field fence. So that will bring in 1 run on the ground rule double. They'll bring in Zen and Sack from
ground rule double, scoring Sack.
Second.
That brings up the third baseman, number 16, Braden Lee.
So Sack scores, Ahrens up to third, and Lighting up to second on the ground rule double. Now this is Braden Lee, batter 5 in the lineup. Here's the pitch. And Evan Berg will send that in for a ball. 1-0 here to Braden Lee. Braden Lee was walked last time by Caleb Deer. Swing and a miss for a strike. It's 1-1. Second and third with one out, 1 ball, 1 strike as Berg will set, wind, and deliver. A little high, ball 2. And it's a 2-1 count now here to Braden Lee with Cohen Evans, the batter, on deck. And Evans sends it outside for a 3-1 count. Either intentionally, I think they intentionally walked him based on the signal I saw. I'm pretty sure it was a 3-1 count. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an intentional walk, and now here comes Coach Roll out to the mound again. And that will load the bases, and that sets up a force out at home as Cohen Evans will be the next batter. Last time he was up,
for West Fargo, number 7, Evan Berg.
He would bloop one over the second baseman into shallow right for a single, and that particular single at the time loaded the bases. And this is the second time now that West Fargo has allowed the bases to become loaded in this game, and we're in the second inning. So we're to the last batter of the middle of the order here with Cohen Evans, batter 6 in the lineup. And Berg winds and delivers. And that one's hit hard to right, and making the grab there is Stahl. Tagging on third is Arends, and he will score on the sac fly. I'll take the runner off third. Lighting still on second, Lee on first.
Right fielder brings up the shortstop, number 14, Kevin Ramos.
So it's now a 5-0 game. Five runs on 6 hits, 2 errors so far. They've left 3 on base. They have 2 out with 2 on now. And that pitch outside corner, strike 1. Kevin Ramos is the batter, 1 for 1, single to center field last time he was up. And that one's going to be popped up. Left center, and it's going to drop for a hit. Rounding third is Lighting. He will score, and it's now 6-0 in favor
Ramos
of Grand Island.
has an RBI single to left field, scoring Lighting. That'll bring up the right fielder, number 3, Caden Rath.
So Braden Lee moves up to second. Ramos on first. Caden Rath, the batter, went down on a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout last time he was at the plate. He'll foul this one away for strike 1. 2 away, 2 runners on, first and second. 33 minutes into the ball game. Evan Berg, 14 pitches, 8 strikes, 6 balls, according to my numbers. And he faces batter 8 in the lineup here at Caden Rath. He'll stare down Lee on second. Now he'll step off and force the runners to touch up. He'll look at second again, give a double check at second. Now deliver the pitch high and out for a ball. 1-1 the count. And a swing and a miss there for strike 2. Berg will get the signal here from Heisler. Now he'll stare down Lee on second. Wind and deliver. Swing and a miss, and it's the second time that he's gotten Caden Rath on a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout. Actually, it's the first time, but it's the second time that he's gone down on strikes.
Rath
1
is
strikeout to each pitcher so
inning.
far. And that'll bring up the middle of the order. Griffin Stahl, Matt Heupel, Seth Wiggestrand. They will leave 2 on base here as we clear 1.5. And Griffin Stahl will be up to bat. And they could use a big hit from him. 3 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second. And it's a 6-0 game here for Grand Island. We'll be right back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Network. The Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota is the place for you and your friends to come and enjoy cold drinks, great food, and sports all under a friendly and fun atmosphere. Whether it's the Vikings, Twins, Wild, NDSU Bison, or one of your favorite teams, watch all the games at the Knickerbocker. Open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., and Sunday, 12 noon to 2 a.m. You can find the Knickerbocker at 412 Main Avenue in Hickson, just a 10-minute drive south of Fargo. Take University Drive, head south until you arrive.
Life is busy, and we all get distracted from time to time. But at Starion, they work hard to keep what's important to me in focus. They are continually upgrading their technology, so I can spend more time playing and less time banking. And although I can do almost all of my banking away from the branch, visiting my banker in person puts a smile on my face and reminds me they're always there for me, ready to help.
All right, welcome back. Bottom half of 2, it's Griffin Stahl, 7 for 10 lifetime on magnitude, including 3 home runs. And he'll take the first pitch high and in for a ball, 1-0. All 3 of those home runs went deep over the right field wall. And this one's going to be popped up, foul territory, and out of play. Strike 1. Third base side over the West Fargo dugout. West Fargo on the third base dugout and Grand Island on the first base dugout. Swinging and a miss, and you could tell he was going for right field there. It's 335 to left and right field, 360 to straightaway center, and also 360 to right center. And it appears to be 360 to left center here too. So 335 to the corners and 360 everywhere else. Two and 2 to count here to Griffin Stahl. And Stahl bombs that one to right field and foul. Went a little early on the swing, otherwise it would have been 6-1 with no question. And that one's going to be sent up right center field, and looks like center fielder Renz will be there, and he will make the grab. That's out number 1.
Stahl flies out to the center fielder, brings up the left fielder, number 24, Matt Heupel.
Batter 5 in the lineup for West Fargo. Patriots send Matt Heupel to the batter's box. Four for 14 lifetime on magnitude. 3 hits to left, 1 hit to right, and a swing and a miss for strike 1 there. Seth Wiggerstrand moves into the on-deck circle with Cooper Borkart behind him if we can get that far into the lineup. Jurgensmeyer, 20 pitches so far, 12 strikes, 8 balls, according to my numbers unofficially. And that one will be ball number 9 and a 1-1 count to Matt Heupel. Game 1 of 2 here for West Fargo. They'll take on Cheyenne Post 6 Sixers. It's about maybe 20 minutes after the conclusion of this game here. We will end this stream and start a new stream for that second game. Just a heads up on that one. You can set a reminder on that second watch link now if you wish. 1-2 after the fouled away pitch, and they'll remain 1-2 after an additional fouled away pitch. Then we'll be here tomorrow night again for West Fargo. 7:30 first pitch is scheduled time for their game against Omaha West, I believe it is, or Central. I have to take a look at our schedule. It's one of those two, I know for sure. And that one is going to be lined to left, and it will drop for a hit. Matt Heupel's on with a single and the first hit of the game here for the West Fargo Patriots. And we'll see if that's enough to get the bats rolling here for the Patriots. As they're down 6-0, they'll certainly need a couple runs here and there to chip back into it. Seth Wiggerstrand, the shortstop.
The shortstop, number 9, Seth Wiggerstrand.
4 for 14, Wiggerstrand. 2 hits to right, 1 to center, 1 to left. Reach base on a handful of errors. And most of his flyouts go to right field, according to his spray chart. 1 ball, no strike here to Wiggerstrand. And he'll chop this one, a bouncing ball towards Braden Lee at third. He'll pick it up, fire it across the diamond, and it'll be a ground out. 5-3 that advances Heupel up to second.
To the third baseman Lee for the second out of the inning.
And
now
that'll bring up Cooper
8,
Borkart.
Cooper Borkart.
As Douglas will have some quick words with his pitcher, Jurgensmeyer. So runner in scoring position, that's Matt Heupel on second base for the Patriots. It's a 6-0 ball game here, and West Fargo looking to chip into that here in the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch to Borkart, come in for a strike, 0-1. It is still 0-0, and they are in the top of the 6 between the Post 400 Stars and St. Mike's. That game being played over at the Creighton Prep turf field, about 10 minutes away from here. Stars dropped their first game, 9-0 to the Creighton Prep team in their game at 9:30 this morning. And looking to bounce back against St. Mike's, and it appears to be a pretty good one going on. If you want to tune into that one, it's live right now on Magnitude Sports. 0-2 to Borkart. Outside, and they intentionally sent that one outside. That's 1-2. 2 away, a base hit is all Borkart needs to potentially get West Fargo on the board. We'll see if he can get it here. Eight hits in the ball game total, only 1 of them for West Fargo. It's 2-2 now on the pitch to Borkart. Strikes. Strike, ball. He'll take a peek at the runner on second and set. Now look at Heupel again and deliver. And this one hit hard towards the third baseman. He might be able to run that out, and he will, because he was not able to pick it up. And I believe that was the third baseman, or was it the shortstop? The beam, I'm just being told it was the third baseman. The beam was kind of blocking my vision there, so that'll be an E5 then.
Borkart reaches on the infield error. Brings up the catcher, number 14, Easton Heisler.
Even if he would have grasped that cleanly, it would have been a close throw at first, because he had the speed going on there. Heupel moves to third on that same error, and now the new batter is Easton Heisler. Easton Heisler, 3 for 9 on his appearances here on Magnitude Sports. 0-1, the count. Quick check on Borkart at first. Now Jurgensmeyer will deliver. A little bit low, it's ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Aiden Wolf is on deck if Heisler can reach base. 1-1, 2 out, 2 on the corners, first and third in the pitch, and that one's going to left center. It's finding the gap, and it'll drop. Scoring from third is Matt Heupel, and the West Fargo Patriots are on the board with an RBI single by Heisler that moves Borkart up to second.
Heisler has an RBI single, scoring Heupel. Now batting for West Fargo, the third baseman, number 4, Aiden Wolf.
So now we finally get through the batting lineup here for West Fargo. Aiden Wolf will step up. Runners on first and second now. Borkart up to second. Heisler on first with the RBI single to put West Fargo on the board. It's 6-1. And that pitch is right down the middle. Excellent pitch there by Jurgensmeyer. 0-1. Aiden Wolf 5 for 12. Most of his hits go to center field. pitch low for a ball, 1-1 the count. Once again, Cooper Borkhardt, the runner on second. Easton Heisler, the runner on first for West Fargo with 2 away as the Patriots try to pull off some more 2-out magic here in the bottom of the second. A long stare down there on Borkhardt from Jurgensmeyer. He'll look at him a second time and deliver the pitch. It goes up high for ball 2. 2-1 the count now here to Aiden Wolf. On deck is Nolan Dodds as we'll return to the top of the order if Wolf can reach base with 2 away. Jurgensmeyer will set and deliver, and it is just on the inside, 3-1. So hitter's count here for Aiden Wolf. And we'll see if he can deliver a strike here or potentially load the bases. He'll deliver the strike, and now it's 3-2 and a full count. Or for the politically correct people, you could say the count is even, because the next pitch will change something. That was a joke shared with me by one of our other broadcasters, Eric Tianza. This one hit, and a nice diving stop there by Braden Lee. It was enough to prevent the run from scoring, but it's going to be an infield hit for Aiden Wolf.
Man, the right fielder, number 2, Nolan Dodds.
But Braden Lee, had he not made the play he did, they would have put at least one more run on the board, and now there's going to be a visit to the mound here. As for the first time in this game, the bases are loaded for West Fargo with 2 away, and they've scored 1 run on 2 outs, and now a base hit could potentially cut the lead in half. You got Nolan Dodds, 0 for 1, struck out swinging last time he was at the plate. This will be pitch number 40 unofficially for Jurgensmeyer. 16 balls, 23 strikes on 39 pitches thus far. And the windup. Got it in for a strike, 0-1. It's a big moment here for West Fargo. You could say it might be a little bit bigger moment here for Grand Island. That pitch will come in for a ball, 1-1 the count. And the 1-1. Outside, ball 2. Once again, Borkhardt on third, Heisler on second, Aiden Wolf on first. It's the faces on the bases for West Fargo, and that pitch is low and out for ball 3. Well, West Fargo will certainly take a free run here if this next pitch is ball 4. And it is. And it'll be a bases loaded walk to score a run, and it makes it 6-2. It scores Borkhardt from third.
Walk, scoring Borkhardt.
And it'll bring up Trey Stocker.
Brings up the center fielder, number 3, Trey Stocker.
Stocker, 0 for 1, grounded out to the second baseman last time he was at the plate on a 4-3. Heisler moves to third, Aiden Wolf on second, Nolan Dodds on first, and the pitch is in for a strike 1 on Stocker. If Stocker can reach base, Brennan Hammond would be on deck. And then Griffin Stahl right behind Hammond, and we know the power that Griffin Stahl has if we can get that far into the lineup here with 2 outs. 6-2 and a pitch, and that one is into center field. And that one will score Heisler, and they will put the brakes on Aiden Wolf at third, and now it's 6-3.
Stocker has an RBI single up the middle, scoring Heisler.
Snuck it in between Ramos and
That'll
Sack.
bring up the designated hitter number 5, Brennan
More towards
Hammond.
Ramos in center field, and that trims the lead to half at 6-3. So Aiden Wolf moves to third. Nolan Dodds up to second. Trey Stocker to first on the RBI single. And Brennan Hammond now 0 for 1, went down on a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout last time he came up to the plate. And here's the pitch. Outside for ball 1 to Brennan Hammond. Griffin Stahl is on deck. And if Hammond hammers in a single or double, I would suspect a potential visit to the mound here. We'll see though. Swing and a miss for a strike, 1-1. Grand Island scoring 3 in the first, 3 in the second. And now West Fargo responding here in the home half of 2. And they've done all of this on 2 outs so far. And that one's hit hard towards third, and it's going to be foul. Just snuck to the left side of third in front of the bag. Good for strike 2. Ball swing and a miss and a fouled away pitch, and Brendan Hammond will make his way back, grab his bat, gets dug into the batter's box once again. Jurgensmeyer, can he end this inning on pitch number 50? We'll see. 1-2. And it's going to be a force out at home. So I think that might go into the books as a drop third fielder's choice if there is such a thing. But anyways, they will strand 3 on base, and they will get 3 across on a total of 4 hits. 3 hits, 4 in the game, 3 in this inning, and they leave 3 on base, but they've cut the lead in half, and we have a ball game once again. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
All right, welcome back. 6-3 in favor of Grand Island.
For home Federal, the catcher, number 1, Tyler Douglas.
Tyler Douglas. Let's try that again. Tyler Douglas, batters 9-1-2, will be due up here in the top of the third. Evan Berg on pitch number 18, and as I look out there, there's still Evan Berg on the mound. So no new pitcher snuck in on me this time. Pitch is a little high for a ball. It's 1-0 here to Tyler Douglas. Douglas went down on a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout last time he stepped up to the plate, went down swinging. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and into left field, just past a diving Aiden Wolf at third, and he'll pump the brakes as he comes around first, and it'll be good for a single.
Douglas singles to left field, bringing up the leadoff man, the catcher, the second baseman, number 12, Zenon Sack.
Looks like we have a courtesy runner on first. I didn't quite catch the jersey number. I think it was 18, Cole Sweely. 13, Jace Chrisman is the official runner on base on first right now. Pitch comes in for a strike. It's 0-1 here to Zenon Sack, 1 for 2.
For home federal number 13, Jace Chrisman.
Reached base on an error, and then he dropped a single into right field on his first 2 trips to the plate. This is his 3rd plate appearance of the game. Pitch comes outside, and Chrisman will take off for second and make it in with no challenge. Ball 2 to Zenon Sack, and it's 2-1. Or is it 1-1? I thought I had 2-1, but maybe it's 1-1. We'll go with 1-1 for the moment. And this one, doesn't matter what the ball count is now. It's going to be picked up there by Wiggerstrand and fired over to first, not in time. He is safe. That moves Chrisman over to third.
Sack reaches first base on the error. Brings up the left fielder, number 17, Cohen Nelson.
So they'll charge an error, and it's runners on the corners now, first and third for Cohen Nelson, 1 for 2. Singled on a bunt down the third base line, and then he sacrificed bunt to move a runner into scoring position last time. So he's 1 for 2 officially. Takes this pitch for a strike. It's 0-1 to Cohen Nelson. E.J. Arens on deck. Evan Berg with pitch 25, and pitch 25 is fouled away for an 0-2 count. 15 strikes, 10 balls for Evan Berg on 25 pitches thus far. They're in the bottom of the 6th over at the Creighton Prep Field, and it's still knotted up at 0-0 between Post 400 and St. Mike's. Oh, 2. Nelson swings, he misses. Throw up to third, I think they got him. No, they did not. That was very close at third.
Nelson
so goes in the books as a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout.
E.J. Arens.
A.J. Arens doubled to right center, and then he was walked the last time he was at the plate. Pitch will miss for a ball. It's 1-0. And now it's 2-0 here to E.J. Arens. E.J. Arens, 2 balls, no strikes from Evan Berg. Took over in the 2nd inning of play here for the Patriots in relief for Caleb Deere. And now it's 3 balls and no strikes to E.J. Arens. And one more pitch like that will load the bases for the 3rd time in this game. High and in, and the bases are loaded. It's a 4-pitch walk to Arens. And
brings up the designated hitter, number 9, Carson Lighting.
Arens been walked on back-to-back plate appearances. Carson Lighting dropped 3rd strike, thrown out. Last time he was up with runners on 1st and 2nd, he would hit a ground rule double over the left field wall that would score a run. Here's the pitch. That one's up high, and a nice job by Heisler to keep his eye on that one so it does not go into the backstop and score another run. 1 out, base is loaded here for Grand Island. Once again, Carson Lighting the batter. And the pitch outside for ball 2. After a strong bottom of the 2nd here, there's going to be a visit to the mound, and I just get this odd feeling that Evan Berg might be done. I don't normally say that, but am I right? Am I wrong? Am I right? Am I wrong? I'm wrong. So I've been known to be wrong before, and that's okay, but it'll just be a conversation this time. 1 out. They got the bases loaded. And they just want to make sure that they can get to outs 2 and 3. They're moving to the 7th inning over at the Creighton Prep Field, and it's still knotted up at 0-0 between the Fargo Post 400 Stars and St. Mike's. Keep you updated on that game, as that one appears to have potential for extra innings. There's a strike, so immediately after the conference on the mound, first pitch afterwards comes in for a strike, and it's 2-1 to Carson Lighting. Jace Crispin on third, Zenon Sack on second, EJ Arenz on first. The runners on the bases here for Grand Island. And now it's 3-1 here. 1 ball, 1 strike after the visit to the mound, and a 3-1 count overall, Carson Lighting. And a swing and a miss as he sent the pitch to the inside and pushed Lighting a little bit off the plate. So he was kind of crowding the plate there. And you have an increased chance of inside pitches when a batter does crowd the plate. That one's fouled away, and it's going to remain 3-2. And that one's high, and it's a bases-loaded walk.
Lighting draws a bases-loaded walk.
I'll score Crispin from third.
Crispin.
Brings up Braden Lee.
That'll bring up the third baseman, number 15. Correction, number 16, Braden Lee.
Braden Lee officially 0 for 0. He's been to the plate twice. He's been walked twice. 1 hour and 2 minutes into the ball game now. The pitch comes in for I thought it was a strike, but maybe not. It is a ball. And that one's going to be popped up and going to right field. And that catch is made in shallow right. And no runners will tag. And it'll be a pop out for Braden Lee, and that's out number 2 of the inning.
For the second out of the inning. Brings up the first baseman, number 11, Cohen Evans.
Runners will stay where they're at. 2 away now, and Evan Berg would like to get out number 3 here on Cohen Evans. Batter number 6 in the lineup. He will toss pitch 41, Evan Berg will here against Evans. Evans, a single to right field, and then drove in a run on a sac fly to right field last time he was at the plate. Pitch comes in for a strike. It's 0-1 here to Cohen Evans, and that was pitch 41 for Evan Berg. Here's pitch 42. Outside, got the corner, strike 2. The Stars have a runner on base in the top of the 7th. Nobody out, and it's a 0-0 ball game there, and we'll keep you updated on that one. They will step on the plate for the force out at home. Evans will reach officially on a fielder's choice. They will strand 3 on base, and that'll bring us to the home half of the 3rd. They leave a total of 8 on base. We'll take a break and be back in just a moment here on Magnitude Sports.
Runnings is celebrating 75 years in business with an incredible 2022 Ford truck giveaway. Just imagine you hitting the road in a brand new, fully loaded Runnings Red Super Crew 4x4 truck. Don't imagine it. Make it happen by entering to win now through August 10th. To register, grab a prize card from your local Runnings store or visit runnings.com/2022 Ford Truck Giveaway. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 or older to enter. Enter to win today. And thank you for shopping at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
Now back to the fielder number 15, Griffin Stahl.
All right, batters 4, 5, and 6, middle of the order. It starts with Griffin Stahl. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field on his last trip to the plate. In a 7-3 ball game here, and Griffin Stahl goes to right. And that ball will be caught by the right fielder, Caden Rath. Couldn't quite see it around the post there, but he did catch it.
Stahl flies out to the right fielder Nelson for the first out of the inning. Brings up the left fielder number 24, Matt Heupel.
The Stars, they stranded a runner in scoring position, and it remains 0-0 going into the bottom of the 7th. So now St. Mike's will have a chance to walk it off in the bottom of the 7th with a 0-0 game. This is Matt Heupel at the plate now. Heupel singled out into left field last time he was at the plate. 1-1 the count here to Heupel. Seth Wiggerstrand is on deck with one away. We do have some defensive changes here. We'll get to those here in just a moment.
Your attention, please. Defensively for Home Federal.
Or we'll let our PA announcer do it right now.
Jace Chrisman. And in right field, number 17, Cohen Nelson.
Fouled away, and it's I believe it's 1-2 to Matt Heupel. So Jace Chrisman comes into left field. Cohen Nelson moves from left to right. EJ Aaron stays in center as his original starting position. Those are the defensive changes here for Grand Island as they lead 7-3 here in the bottom of the 3rd. That's a 2-2 count to Matt Heupel after Griffin Stahl flied out to right field for the first out of the inning. Seth Wiggerstrand is on deck, and this one's going to left, and it's going deep to left. And he was able to make the grab. Nice play there by Chrisman in left field.
Nice play by the left fielder Chrisman to retire Heupel for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the shortstop, number 9, Seth Wiggerstrand.
So a fly out to right and a fly out to left for outs 1 and 2 of the inning. And now it'll be up to Seth Wiggerstrand to keep the game going, or keep the inning going, I should say. He grounded out on a 5-3 to third base last time he was at the plate. Takes the pitch up high and out for a ball. 1-0. St. Mike's has a runner on with one out in the bottom of the 7th in a 0-0 ball game with the Fargo Post 400 Stars. We'll keep you up to date on that game as it continues to develop. It's 2-0 here to Seth Wiggerstrand. Now get 2-1. To 1 pitch. And that one hit hard, bouncing ball towards third on one hop. Braden Lee will pick it up, fire it over, and got it there in time. And it's a 1-2-3 inning here for West Fargo in the end of the bottom of the 3rd.
Out to the third baseman,
so back-to-back groundouts to third for Wiggerstrand on 2 at-bats, and that'll bring up batters 7, 8, 9. Ramos, Rath, and Douglas pending changes. When we return after this, 7-3, moving to the 4th inning in 30 seconds here on Magnitude.
Douglas.
You may already know that at Clothes Mentor, you can shop great designer brands without the full designer price, and that you can bring your gently used items into Clothes Mentor and sell them for cash on the spot. Here's something else you should know. Buying and selling at Clothes Mentor aids in water preservation, reduces chemical pollution, decreases landfill waste, boosts your local community. That's right, it's resale, and it's better than retail. Be green and kind to the environment by selling your clothing and buying sustainable fashion for yourself.
While the scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest, the real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
The top of the fourth inning, the shortstop, number 14, Kevin Ramos.
Kevin Ramos here in the top of the fourth. It's batters 7, 8, 9 for Grand Island. The Stars and St. Mike's are going to extra innings. It's 0-0 moving into the 8th inning over at the Creighton Prep Field, about 10 minutes away from here. That pitch missed for a ball, or did it? I missed that one. It's either 1-0 or an 0-1. It's definitely 1-1 now. Okay, and we got an agreement here. Ramos 2 for 2. He singled to center and he singled over the head of the shortstop Wiggerstrand. This one fouled away into the third base side and out of play. It's good for a strike. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes now here to Kevin Ramos. On deck is Caden Rath. We'll see Tyler Douglas this inning as well. Evan Berg still on the mound here for West Fargo with pitch 47. Outside, but caught the corner for a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout on Ramos.
Down looking for the first out of the inning. Brings up the left fielder, number 13, Jace Chrisman.
So a 1-2-3 inning for West Fargo, and now it's 4 up, 4 down as the first one goes down on a strikeout. Caden Rath, 2 trips to the plate and 2 strikeouts, and this one fouled away for strike 1. Oh, check that. We're got a different batter now. It's Chrisman, the left fielder, who came in for Rath, I believe, an inning and a half ago. So Chrisman officially 0 for 0 with no plate appearances so far in the game. 2 balls and a strike here to Jace Chrisman. And that one's inside, and it's 3 balls and a strike to Chrisman. So 3 balls, 1 strike. And that one nearly hit him, and it's a walk.
Chrisman draws a walk. That'll bring to the plate the catcher, number 1, Tyler Douglas.
That one's inside for another ball. Tyler Douglas 1 for 2, struck out swinging. Then he hit a single down the sharp, hot corner at third that snuck by Aiden Wolf on a diving attempt to keep it in the infield. After Douglas, we'll return to the top of the order with Zen and Sack on deck. There's a strike. Nice pitch there by Berg. 1-1 the count. 1 hour, 13 minutes. A 7-3 ball game in favor of Grand Island. West Fargo threatened on a couple of occasions. That bottom of the second, they got 3 across. And that'll be a swing and a miss for a strike. And Chrisman will have to make the long 90-foot trek back to first base. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count now here to Tyler Douglas, the batter. Once again, Jace Chrisman, the runner on first for Grand Island. Just beyond center and left field there is the West Side Warriors football field. And there's another Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout for Evan Berg.
For the second out of the inning.
Zen and Sack 2 for 3, reached on an error. Since then, a pair of singles.
Number 12, Zenon Sack.
First pitch is low and out for a ball. 1-0 here to Zen and Sack. Top of the A, Stars have a runner on first with 1 out. Still 0-0 game. We'll keep you up to date on that one. Here's the 1-0 pitch. In for a strike, 1-1. Looks like the Stars have left a total of 8 runners on base in that 0-0 game with St. Mike's, which is the same amount of runners that Grand Island has left on base in this game. And that appeared to be a strike, but it wasn't. 2-1. Must have been a little bit inside, or maybe just below the knees. One of the two or both. 2-1. And that one's going to be popped up. And making the catch there's Nolan Dodds.
Nice play by Dodds to retire sack for the third out of the inning. 4 home Federal in the top.
4 up and 3 down here as they strand one on base.
On no hits.
On the fly out by Sack.
No West Fargo errors. 2 out for West Fargo.
It'll be 7, 8, 9 for the Patriots. Borkart, Heisler, and Wolf. And if Jurgen Myers remains on the mound, he'll toss pitch 61 when we return after this here on Magnitude. Update from Creighton Prep. 1 out, runners on first and second for the Stars, and they are batting in a 0-0 game. We'll give you another update when we return from the break here on Magnitude.
Wild Wings win-win value lineup gives you and your friends more for less. With buy one, get one half off traditional wings every Tuesday. Buy one, get one free boneless wings every Thursday. And $3 tolls every day. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More officials are needed. People like you. Stay connected to the game you love. Contact the NDHSAA, MSHSL, or your local high school to find out how to become an official. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
The Fargo Post 400 Stars have just scored a 2-run triple in the top of the 8th to take a 2-0 lead over St. Mike's. And St. Mike's will have a little bit of work to do now in the bottom half of the inning, but there's only 1 out, and the Stars have a chance to get some insurance on that 2-0. This one here is popped up by Cooper Borkart, and it is going to be caught. I believe it was Nelson in right field who made the catch.
Brings up the catcher number 14, Easton Heisler.
So shallow right pop out brings up Easton Heisler 1 for 1. Easton Heisler had the RBI single to put West Fargo on the board back in the bottom of the 2nd. This one fouled away for a strike, and it's 0-1. Once again, the Post 400 Stars get a 2-run RBI triple right as we came out of the commercial break to take a 2-0 lead over St. Mike's. We'll keep you updated on that game. This one will pop out of the glove of Tyler Douglas, and it'll be good for a ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Easton Heisler. Aiden Wolf on deck, and with 1 out, we may or may not see Nolan Dodds this inning. We've reached 1 hour, 19 minutes, time of the ball game thus far. One ball, 1 strike here to Easton Heisler. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Outside and low, ball 2. And the 2-1 swing, tapped it foul into the glove for strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here with nobody out and 1 out. And that will miss outside, and it's a full count to Easton Heisler. On deck is Aiden Wolf. Full count now here, and a payoff pitch coming up for Jurgensmeyer. It's pitch 67 of the afternoon. And he'll miss it outside, and he'll walk Heisler to first. Aiden Wolf 1 for 1 with an infield single on a nice diving stop by Braden Lee, the third baseman. And now we'll have a courtesy runner for Heisler at first, and that is going to be, I'll tell you here in just a second, Mason Stolting. So Mason Stolting will take over the running responsibilities on first, and Aiden Wolf is the batter. Put a little bit of speed out there for West Fargo on the bases. This one chopped foul, and a nice one-handed grab there by Nolan Dodds, who is on deck for West Fargo. The Stars have scored again. They now lead 3-0 in the top of the 8th. So Fargo post 400 up 3-0 over St. Mike's. Still one away in the top of the 8th. That pitch is low and out for a ball. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike here to Aiden Wolf. Now they'll try the pickoff. It's going to be close. Oh, that was too close. But he's safe as Stolting got back in time. They're moving, I'm not sure if they're moving to the bottom of the 8th or not. I'll tell you in a moment. Still 1-1 here to Aiden Wolf, and now another pickoff attempt on Stolting at first. No success on that one. Stars got 3 runs on 2 outs in the bottom of the 2nd. Goose egg in the 1st and 3rd. Now they're looking to score here 2 innings later into the 4th. The pitch will pop out of the glove of Douglas, and that'll allow Stolting to move into 2nd. And it becomes a 2-1 count here to Aiden Wolf. So it looks like St. Mike's had a pitching change. They're still in the top of the 8th with the Fargo Post 400 Stars leading 3-0. They've gotten all 3 of those runs in the top of the 8th. That pitch comes across low for a ball. It's 3-1 here to Aiden Wolf. On deck is Nolan Dodds. Dodds representing the top of the batting line up here for West Fargo. 3-1 with 1 away and 1 runner on 2nd. It's Mason Stolting. Jurgensmeyer will look back at Stolting, now deliver the pitch. That one's popped up, right field, shallow right. Going back is Evans, the first baseman, and he made the catch. Just barely, but he made it.
Wolf flies out to the right fielder, first baseman, Evans.
Stolting remains on 2nd. Now Nolan Dodds, 0 for 1, struck out swinging, and he walked on his 2 trips to the plate so far today. And there are 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Dodds looking to reach base on something other than a walk. And he will take a crack at it and foul it back for a strike, 0-1. One ball, 1 strike to Nolan Dodds. Trey Stocker, batter on deck for West Fargo if Dodds can reach base. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch down the middle, strike 2. No question about that one. Nice pitch there by Jurgensmeyer. 1-2. Now on over the head of the second baseman into right field and diving for it. And because of the dive by Nelson, Stolting's going to score. Had he not dived, it's very possible Stolting would have been held up at third. But West Fargo will take that one. And it'll go into the books as a RBI double.
Scoring Heisler. That brings up the center fielder number 3, Trey Stocker.
So Mason Stolting scores on second on the RBI single by Dodds. And now it's Trey Stocker is the batter. 1 for 2, ground out to second, and a single over the head of the shortstop in the left center. Takes this pitch for a strike, and it's 0-1. And this one hit hard towards third, and it will not get by Ramos, but it'll get just far enough to be an infield single.
Has an infield single.
Just barely an infield single, but 5, a single nonetheless.
Hammond.
And now you have a visit to the mound and runners on the corners on first and third here for West Fargo. Top of the 8th with 2 outs, and it's 4-0, and Fargo Post 400 has the runners on second and third. So they're really pouring it on here in the top of the 8th over St. Mike's. That game was 0-0 through 7 innings before Post 400's bats came alive. Once again, Post 400 fell 9-0 to Creighton Prep in their 9:30 game this morning. And now their follow-up game at 12 noon goes into extra innings. West Fargo trailing 7-4 at the moment, but looking to change that here as they got a runner on third. And they will have another game against Cheyenne Post 6 coming up approximately 20 minutes after the conclusion of this game. And then that will conclude our coverage for the day, and we'll be back tomorrow with 2 games at 7:30 in the evening. And whoever's scheduled, West Fargo and Fargo Post 400 to play in the morning on a Wednesday, I very much appreciate you. That way I can watch Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals later this evening. That one hit the left field, and that'll be out number 3. So they'll leave 2 stranded on base as they end the 4th inning of play
To end the 4th inning.
on a flyout by Brennan Hammond.
2 hits, 1 man left on base, and no home federal errors.
There's 2, 3, and 4 due up for Grand Island when we return after the break here on Magnitude Sports. And it's now 4-0, and they're moving to the bottom of the 8th. Stars leading, and the Saints will need to score 4 to force the 9th or 5 to win. We'll see what they can do. We'll see what West Fargo can do when we return after the break here on Magnitude Sports. Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. All right, welcome back. 4 complete. We move to the top of the 5th. This is Cohen Nelson, 1 for 3. A single on a bunt, a ground out on a sacrifice bunt, and a strikeout swinging so far. And this one lifted up to right field and right center field, and he will not make the grab. It'll drop I would presume that might be an error charged on the right fielder, and he'll move to third as a result. So Cohen Nelson
advances to third base on the error.
Yeah, he'll be all the way to third on the error.
2, E.J. Aarons.
Error be charged to the right fielder. So a runner on third for Grand Island, looking to add an insurance run to their 7-4 lead. Pitch is low for a ball. It's 1-0 here to E.J. Aarons, 1 for 1. Double to right center, and since then a pair of walks. And that's ball 2. Well, the good news for us Fargo is it won't count against them in conference play if they don't complete the comeback here.
Aarons has an RBI single left field scoring Nelson. Brings up the designated hitter, number 9, Carson Lighting.
Carson Lighting dropped third strike, scored a run on a ground rule double to left field, and then walked the last time he was at the plate. The Post 400 Stars have 2 outs on St. Mike's, and it's still 4-0. Looks like the Stars might go on to win that game if they can get one more out. I believe it's 2 balls, no strikes here to Carson Lighting. It's just 1 ball, I'm being told. Okay. Now it's 2 balls. 2 balls, no strikes to Carson Lighting. Braden Lee is on deck. Lighting Lee representing batters 4 and 5 in the lineup. And that one hit hard to left. That's going to be a base hit. And putting on the brakes at seconds is Aarons, and
Lighting singles to left field, advancing Aarons to second base. Brings up the third baseman, number 16, Braden Lee.
Braden Lee 0 for 1, a pair of walks and then a fly out to the second baseman in shallow right last time he was at the plate. We've reached 1 hour 33 minutes of this ball game, and the Stars have won. That game has just gone final. The Fargo Post 400 Stars with a 4-0 victory over the St. Mike Saints. The Stars moved to 1-1 in pool play, and they'll have one more game tomorrow night at 7:30 against, I believe it's Mayfield. We have a visit to the mound, so let's take a look at our upcoming schedule here on Magnitude Sports. As you can see there, West Fargo will play Cheyenne at approximately 2:30, or whenever 20 minutes after this game ends. And then tomorrow night, Eric Tianson will be here for West Fargo's game versus Omaha West. And then I'll be over at the Creighton Prep Field for the Fargo Post 400 Stars taking on Mayfield. And I want to say hi to Jim watching from Denver, North Carolina. He said that the Stars just won, and now he's going to tune into this game. And maybe he can provide a little bit of luck for the West Fargo Patriots, as he provided luck for the Fargo Post 400 Stars in the top of the 8th in that game. Back to the top of the 5th now. It's Braden Lee. Went to show bunt, pulled it back, took the strike, 0-1. Nobody out, 2 runners on. E.J. Aarons on second, Carson Lighting on first. And the pitch showing bunt again, goes outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Lee has a sacrifice bunt, advancing the base runners. Brings up the first baseman, number 11, Cohen Evans.
And they'll throw home for the force out, and he's safe at home. They did not get the force out at home as Heisler was not able to control the ball.
Evans is safe at first on the RBI fielder's choice scoring errands. Now pinch hitting for Home Federal, number 6, Jake Nesvara.
All right, so you got runners on the corners now for Grand Island. They're up 8-4. Check that 9-4. I forgot to add the run there. West Fargo so far has only been able to score in the even innings, in the second and the fourth. They did not score in the first or third. Triple amount of runs in the bottom of the second and one single run in the bottom of the fourth. 3 runs in the bottom of the second made it a 6-3 ball game at that point in time. Grand Island would get 1 in the top of the third to make it 7-3. 7-3 would hold through the fourth inning of play. When West Fargo would score to make it 7-4, and now here in the top of the fifth, Grand Island scored 2, and it's 9-4, and we'll have a change of pitcher. Evan Berg's day comes to an end. 70 pitches, 39 strikes, 31 balls. And I'll tell you in just a moment who the new pitcher is. It is going to be Skylar Horde who will come in on the mound for West Fargo. So while Skylar Horde warms up, we will take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a moment here on Magnitude Sports.
Buffalo Wild Wings win-win value lineup gives you and your friends more for less. With buy one, get one half off traditional wings every Tuesday. Buy one, get one free boneless wings every Thursday. And $3 tolls every day. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More officials are needed. People like you. Stay connected to the game you love. Contact the NDHSAA, MSHSL, or your local high school to find out how to become an official. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports. While the scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest, the real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, we rejoin the action here in the top of the fifth inning. New pitcher on the mound for the West Fargo Patriots is Skylar Horde. Runners on first and third, and the batter is number 6. It's Jake Nesvara, I believe is how they told me to say it. And he'll be walked.
Nesvara draws a walk. Your attention, please. Now pitching for West Fargo, number 11, Skylar Horde.
see here. Jace Chrisman comes up to bat now.
Now batting
so the bases are loaded.
13, Jace Chrisman.
For Grand Island in a 9-4 ball game. Pitch outside. Tried to hit the edge of the plate but missed it, and it's ball 1 to Chrisman. And got a strike in there, 1-1.
Nice hustle by Chrisman for an infield single. Scoring lighting. That brings up the catcher, number 1, Tyler Douglas.
So it's now 10-4. And Tyler Douglas, the batter.
Grand Island. I know the middle. Right smack in the middle.
And there's a strike, and I believe it's 1-1 to Tyler Douglas. 1 for 3. Strikeout swinging, a single, and a strikeout looking in that order on 3 chips to the plate here for Douglas. And that one is fouled off for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tyler Douglas. On deck is Zen and Sack. That one hits the corner for a strikeout. It's a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout for Skylar Horde.
Douglas goes down looking for the second out of the inning. Brings up the leadoff man, the second baseman, number 12, Zenon Sack.
And Sack is 2 for 4. Reach base on an error. Followed that up with a pair of singles and a fly out to shallow right. The singles, one an infield single towards third and another one in right field. That pitch will miss for a ball. It's 1-0 to Zenon Sack. Cohen Nelson is on deck if we have 2 outs here. If Sack can reach base. And there's a strike for 1 ball, 1 strike to Zenon Sack. Well, if Eric can get here on time, he'll join me on color commentary for the game between West Fargo and Cheyenne. If he can get here on time. I think he might be able to at the pace that this game is going. I think there might be a shot. It's only about a 10-minute drive. 2-1 the count here to Zenon Sack. And there's, apparently it was a 3-1 count, and that draws the walk. Brings up Cohen Nelson, the scheduled batter, and it is indeed Cohen Nelson.
Walk. Brings up the right fielder, number 17, Cohen Nelson.
Nelson 1 for 4, single, ground out, strikeout swing, and reach base on an error. On his 4 trips to the plate, and this is plate appearance number 5 of the afternoon here for West Fargo is going to have a tough opponent with Cheyenne. Last time I checked, they only had 1 loss on the season. I don't know if they've lost since the last time I've done a Cheyenne post-6 game, but it's only been about a week and a half, so it's a good possibility that they haven't. And if that's the case, you'd have the matchup between 2 teams with 1 loss should this score hold. Up to third, nope, they did not get them. 2 balls and no strikes to Cohen Nelson now. On deck is E.J. Ahrens. Now one will pop away to the left side of Heisler. And there's a strike. 3-1 the count now here to Nelson. 2 away and the base is loaded. Big pitch here. Runners go. Swing and a miss, and he got him. They'll leave 3 stranded on base. They've left a total of 12 runners stranded on base through 5 innings of work. And that will be a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout to end the inning. We go to the middle of the 5th, and the West Fargo Patriots find themselves down 10-4. And we'll be back in just a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Do you have a teen ready for driving lessons? Don't know what they need to do or when things need to be done? If busyness keeps you from driving with them, then Gotta Go Driving School is the place to call. Jeff Weber at Gotta Go Driving School has been teaching driving lessons to all age groups since 1991. Call Jeff at Gotta Go Driving. 238-0236. Jeff will tell you to start planning ahead now. Don't wait. Got a new driver? Then it's Gotta Go Driving School. Talk to Jeff or go online at gottagodrivingschool.com.
All right, well, West Fargo could use a jolt here from Griffin Stahl and just barely foul over the foul line right as the ball hit the first base area. It's good for strike number 1 to Griffin Stahl. 0 for 2 in this game with a pair of flyouts, 1 to center, 1 to right. And that pitch is high. That you could see that pitch was not coming anywhere near the strike zone the moment it left his hand. So 1-1 here to Griffin Stahl. Matt Heupel, Seth Wiggerstrand's batters 4, 5, and 6 here in the home half of the 5th. And the West Fargo Patriots find themselves down by 6. And it's 2 balls and a strike here to Griffin Stahl. And now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Griffin Stahl could cut the lead in half with 1 swing of the bat. And he will pop it up, and that's going to go towards first base. And Cohen Evans will make the catch, and Stahl will pop out to the first baseman in foul territory.
To the first baseman, Evans, to bring up the left fielder, number 24, Matt Heupel.
Matt Heupel in this one is 1 for 2, a single to left and a fly out to left. And that will miss for a ball. It's 1-0 here to Matt Heupel. Jurgensmeyer on the mound. This will be pitch 85. And 85 is just going to miss. Man, that was a good pitch down the middle, but just got it below knee level for ball number 2. So on 85 pitches, 37 balls, 48 strikes. A strike is anything that's not a ball. And a 2-0 pitch, and he'll get a piece of that one. Fouled into the dirt for strike 1. 2-1 the count. 1 hour and 52 minutes, time of the game unofficially so far. First pitch came at 12:06 this afternoon. Here's the 2-1, and that's outside. It's 3-1. West Fargo's going to have to take advantage of Jurgensmeyer's slow down, wear down, maybe getting just a little bit tired in that arm. Nearing 90 pitches, he'll toss a strike there. But he's thrown more balls recently than he has in the first 3 or 4 innings of this game. So we'll see if he's starting to wear down or if it's just a little bit of a slump. Here's the payoff pitch. Outside, walked him. No action from the dugout yet. Brings up Seth Wiggerstrand. A couple ground outs to third.
Shortstop, number 9, Seth Wiggerstrand.
Ground out to third and a ground out to third on his first 2 trips to the plate. Jurgensmeyer will look at Heupel on first. Now deliver the pitch. In for a strike. Nice pitch by Jurgensmeyer, and it's in for an 0-1 count. And that one just misses to the inside to even things up at 1-1. This one hit towards third. He'll sneak by a diving Braden Lee into left field. That'll move Matt Heupel up to second on the single by Wiggerstrand, bringing up Cooper Borkhardt.
Singles to left field.
Borkhardt 0 for 2, reach base on an error and a fly out to shallow right to the second baseman, Zenon Sack. As Douglas will
the first baseman, number 8, Cooper Borkhardt.
Have some words with Jurgensmeyer, who will toss pitch number 93 here to Cooper Borkhardt. So reset the count here for Borkhardt, and that puts Easton Heisler on deck. Here's the windup and the delivery. Swung on, right field, and it's in for a base hit. That could potentially score Heupel. They will send him. He's coming around third, and the throw is not going to be in time, and that moves 2 runners into scoring position. And West Fargo has cut the lead in half. It's now 10-5 on the RBI double for Cooper Borkhardt.
Borkhardt has an RBI double, scoring Heupel. That brings up the catcher, number 14, Easton Heisler.
So Wiggerstrand moving over to third, Borkhardt up to second now. And a base hit would be huge for Easton Heisler. Only 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Heisler walked last time, and he singled his first time. And I think Jurgensmeyer might be done. No, he will stay on the mound. No, he will not. It is indeed a new pitcher. So Jurgensmeyer.
Change, number 18, Cole Sweely.
Jurgensmeyer's day comes to an end. 93 pitches, 53 strikes, and 40 balls. He's allowed 5 runs. He's responsible for Wiggerstrand on third and Borkhardt on second, should they come around and score before we can officially close the book on Jurgensmeyer. So the first pitch here for the new pitcher will be against Easton Heisler, and that new pitcher is Cole Sweely. So he'll get some warm-ups. We'll take a break, and we'll be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Buffalo Wild Wings win-win value lineup gives you and your friends more for less. With buy one, get one half off traditional wings every Tuesday. Buy one, get one free boneless wings every Thursday. And $3 tolls every day. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More officials are needed. People like you. Stay connected to the game you love. Contact the NDHSAA, MSHSL, or your local high school to find out how to become an official. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, welcome back. A score correction. It is actually 11-5. And that's what I had on my scorecard, but the scoreboard said 10, so I adjusted it back to 10, and I was just informed that it actually was 11. So we'll add that one run. It happened in the top of the 5th on a bases loaded walk. There we go. Now we got the 11th run up there. No balls and 2 strikes to Easton Heisler after we get all that corrected. Heisler 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Heisler. And that is a base hit. That will score Seth Wiggerstrand from third.
Heisler has an RBI single scoring Wiggerstrand. That'll bring up the third baseman. Number 4, Aiden Wolf.
Carter O'Lean will come in and run for Heisler at first, and that brings up Aiden Wolf.
Number 6, Carter O'Lean.
11-6 here in the bottom of the 5th. And a runner on the corners, with one of them on third being Cooper Borkhardt. On deck is Nolan Dodds, and he jams his bat into the ground, hoping that Borkhardt would score on that wild pitch, but a nice jog there by Douglas to keep the ball in front of him and keep his eye on Borkhardt, who was on third. And a strike comes across, and I believe it's 1-1 to Aiden Wolf. Wolf 1 for 2 with a single. It was an infield single and a diving stop by Braden Lee at third, and then he would fly out into foul territory into shallow right field last time he was at the plate. This one, hard hit ball right to Ramos. Ramos had trouble picking it up. He'll fire it over to first. They'll exchange the run for the out, and O'Lean will move up to second. So a run scores.
An RBI ground out scoring Borkhardt.
That was a hard hit ball to Ramos, and Ramos almost had trouble handling that one.
Brings up the leadoff man, the right fielder, number 2, Nolan Dodds.
So now Carter O'Lean stands alone on second in an 11-7 ball game. And Nolan Dodds will step up into the batter's box here for West Fargo. West Fargo not out of this yet. This could get interesting. That pitch is a little bit low for a ball. Once again, Cole Sweely coming in about a batter ago in relief for Juergensmeyer. So we can officially close the book on Juergensmeyer's now. He gives up 11 runs on 10 hits. That one popped up. Right field, running in, running out, diving, and falls down. Coming in is Carter O'Lean, who was on second and kind of hovered about 10 feet in front of third. When the ball dropped, he stepped on the gas pedal and came in and scored, and now it's 11-8.
A single to right field, scoring Heisler. That'll bring up the center fielder number 3, Trey Stocker.
So that's the 8th hit of the game here for the West Fargo Patriots. They have 8 runs on 8 hits. No, check that, 8 runs on 10 hits. My apologies. That was a couple button pushes behind there on your scoreboard. My apologies. And that last pitch, I missed it. I don't know if it was a ball or a strike. It's Trey Stocker, 2 for 3. It was a strike, I'm being told. 0-1. And now it's 1-1. Trey Stocker, 2 for 3, grounded out to second. Since then, a pair of singles into shallow left center. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on. You got ones across the board here, an 11-8 ball game. Now one nice block there by Douglas to keep it in front of him and keep Dodds on first base. And it's 2 balls and a strike now to Stocker with Brennan Hammond on deck. 2 away, Griffin Stahl to follow. A couple of dangerous hitters there for West Fargo. Waiting in the miss. That one fouled off first base side. It'll be 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 hours, 2 minutes into the ball game. With 1 out and 1 runner on. That's Nolan Dodds on first. Here's the windup in the 2-2. Inside, nearly nicked him on the left wrist. And it goes in for ball 3. Stocker just barely able to get out of the way of that one. Full count now. With 2 away and a big pitch here for Sweely. Fouled it away and Stocker will stay alive. So that hits the grandstands just to the right of the there it goes. That one's hit hard to left, and it's going to bounce for a base hit. Jace Chrisman was running over, but it was a low line drive, and he couldn't quite make a play on it, and he had no choice but to let it bounce so he can make a play on it, and the ball not going to the wall, and as a result, it holds Stocker to a single, but now there's 2 runners on for West Fargo. Moving Nolan Dodds up to second, Brennan Hammond coming up to the plate now. With 2 away here in the home half of the 5th and a 3-run ball game, 11-8. And the tying run is Brennan Hammond at the plate right now. Here's the pitch. Low for a ball, 1-0. He called it a strike. I don't know if it is a strike or not. No, they are going to charge it as a strike, I guess. And that's not a ball. Now it's 1-1. Griffin Stahl is on deck. As West Fargo looks to continue to pursue this comeback. And it's hit right up the middle. Rounding third is Nolan Dodds. They'll send him. The throw is going to come, but it will not be in time. He will score, and it's an RBI single for Brennan Hammond. And now Griffin Stahl with a swing of the bat could get West Fargo the lead. Hammond sending that one right up the middle. Nolan Dodds scores. Stocker up to second.
Number 15, Griffin Stahl.
And Brennan Hammond, Griffin Stahl. And Eric Tiansen has made his presence, and he'll be joining us on the microphone soon here. 11-9. The Patriots have scored 5 runs here in the bottom of the 5th, and Stahl takes the first pitch for a strike. He's 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts, 1 to center, 1 to right, and 1 to foul territory on the first base side. It's 0-1. Runners on, Trey Stocker on second, Brennan Hammond on first. And Stahl certainly has the ability to give West Fargo the lead here. And he'll pop it straight up and back. Strike 2. Two hours, 7 minutes, time of this ball game now. And they still got another one to play after this. They have the post-6 Sixers from Cheyenne, Wyoming, stepping onto the field shortly after this one comes to a conclusion. And that one's outside, and he called it a strike. It's 1-2. Called it a ball, possibly 1-2. I was looking at the at-bat number when I saw 3-1 on the scoreboard out there. And Griffin Stahl going to right field. And the catch is made by the center fielder. They'll strand 2 on base, but they get within 2 as we end the 5th inning of play. And now we'll see how the Islanders respond when we return after the break. 2 hours, 7 minutes, time of the game thus far. And due up for Grand Island. It's batters 3, 4, and 5. Aaron's lighting and Lee scheduled batters when we return after the break here on Magnitude Sports. Be right back.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
All right, it's E.J. Aarons here in an 11-9 ball game, leading things off. He's 2 for 2 with a double, pair of walks, and a single. The double went to right field, the single went to left field, and the 2 walks were snuck in the middle of those 2 hits. So 1 ball, no strike now here to E.J. Aarons. He'll foul it off to even up the count at 1-1. Two balls and a strike to E.J. Aarons. Skylar Horde on pitch 27 right here. And that one, did it hit him or no? He did duck down in time, and it's 3-1. And they'll walk him.
Aarons draws a walk.
Bring up Carson
Bringing to the plate the designated hitter, number 9, Carson Lighting.
Right down the middle. Nice pitch there by Horde. In for strike one on Carson Lighting, who's 2 for 3. Thrown out on a drop third strikeout. Scored an RBI on a ground rule double over the left field wall. Then he walked, and then he singled to left field. In that order, 2 hours and 11 minutes time of this ball game so far. And the pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0, or 1-1, 2-1. 2-1 to Carson Lighting. We'll get it right eventually. Pick-off attempt at first there. That's E.J. Aarons on the base. Two-one, top of the 6th, nobody out. And the pitch, that one's hit hard to left, and that one's going deep to left, and that might be gone. No, it hits the wall and almost bounced over again. If it would have bounced over, it would have been his second ground rule double of the day. But he will get a triple on that.
Carson has an RBI double, advancing to third base on the error.
Double plus an error
Brings
is how they'll charge
the third baseman, number 16, Braden Lee.
So a runner on third, another run scores. They increase their lead back up to 3, 12-9 on the, I believe that is the 13th hit of the game. According to my numbers, they got 12 hits on the scoreboard. And that one is, through the glove of Aiden Wolf, and that was a hard one to field too. Going to left field and scoring is Carson Lighting. They're going to charge that one as an error on the scoreboard to the third baseman. Could have gone either way.
Lighting. That'll bring to the plate the first baseman, number 11, Cohen Evans.
So now a runner on first. And Cohen, check that. Let's see here. Cohen Evans, the batter. And that one's going into shallow right, and it'll be dropped for a single just on the edge of the outfield. And that'll put 2 runners on, first and second.
Evans is safe on the error, brings up the shortstop, number 14, Kevin Ramos.
Kevin Ramos, the shortstop, as the official wave off pitching, so Heisler can tie his right shoe. So after West Fargo scores 5 in the bottom of the 5th, so far, Grand Island's responded with 2 and looking for more here as they got runners on first and second. Squaring up the bunt, pitch comes outside, just barely missed. It's strike 1, or ball 1, excuse me. Ramos 2 for 3, a pair of singles, went down swinging on a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout last time he was at the plate. 1-0 the count here to Kevin Ramos. Jace Chrisman, the batter, on deck. And he'll square up again. The pitch comes outside again, and it's 2-0 to Ramos. 13-9, West Fargo not out of it yet, but they are getting to that point in the game where it's now or never. 2 hours, 14 minutes, time of the game unofficially, according to my timer. First pitch came at 12:06 this afternoon, and 3 pitches to the outside for a 3-0 count to Kevin Ramos. And West Fargo is on their 3rd pitcher of the day, Caleb Deere. Pitched 1 inning. Evans pitched 4 innings, I believe it was, and now Skylar Horde's on his 2nd inning of pitching. I may be off by an inning on that. And a bunt right back towards Horde. He'll pick it up. fired over to first. They got the out, and that will be a sacrifice bunt to move the batters over to second and third.
Bunt, advancing the base runners. For the left fielder, number 13, Jace Chrisman.
So now a base hit here could potentially get back 4 of the 5 runs they gave up in the bottom half of the 5th. And that one's low and out for a ball. It's 1-0 here to Chrisman. 1 for 1, walk and a single, according to my numbers, or my stats, I should say. And the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, that's a line drive to center field, and it's caught there by Trey Stocker. Tagging on third is Braden Lee, but now he'll go back to third as Stocker throws a bullet back towards home. Skylar Horde able to track it down.
Chrisman lines out to the center fielder for the second out of the inning.
So now 2 gone and a big out there for West Fargo.
Number 19, Austin Payne.
Braden Lee on third, Cohen Evans on second. And I think we have a new batter here, number 19. That is, let's see here, Austin Payne. Looks like he'll take over the number 9 spot for Tyler Douglas. Tyler Douglas was 1 for 4 before being replaced by Austin Payne, and Payne will foul that one away. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike here to Austin Payne. 0-1 now. Or, I'm sorry, 1 ball, 1 strike is what I meant to say. Strike 2. Swing and a miss, and he got him on a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout, and that ends the top half of the 6th. They leave 2 stranded on base. And we'll take the timeout, and we'll be back in just a moment here. The Patriots down to their final 6 outs. And they need at least 4 runs in the next 6 outs to try and keep this one, keep their undefeated record alive. We'll find out what happens when we return after this.
Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
While the scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest, the real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
Welcome back, 13-9, bottom of the 6th. And the Patriots are up to bat. It's Matt Heupel. And that first pitch comes in for a ball. It's 1-0. And joining us on the broadcast now at the 2-hour and 20-minute mark of the ball game is Eric Tiansen. Eric, how was the drive over here from the Creighton Prep field?
Well, it's better late than never. Got a little turned around there, just trying to find the field, but eventually we found it. But yeah, not too bad of a distance between these two fields, West Side and Creighton Prep, the 2 sites for this tournament here today. And gotta say, this one's a pretty looking ballpark right here too.
Oh, definitely, yeah. First time I've been here is that one's fouled off. It's a 2-1 count to Matt Heupel, who's 1 for 2, single fly out and a walk. And, Eric, you had a pretty thrilling game there in that second game. Stars took it to 8 innings before they could pick up a win.
Yeah, that was something else. It was 0-0 through 7, and then the Stars getting 4 in the top of the 8th, and then Matt Bryant finishing off a complete game victory in extra innings, and it was quite the performance from him.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Matt Heupel after he fouls that one away off to the third base side. Mike Mason alongside Eric Tianson joining us here as we didn't originally plan to have Eric here for the West Fargo Cheyenne game, but your game goes the extra innings, so you would think that you wouldn't make it here in time.
Yeah.
But this game taking a little bit longer than probably expected, and it worked out, I guess. So we'll eventually get out of here. The West Fargo Cheyenne game supposed to start in 2 minutes according to the schedule. I don't think that's going to happen. So
be the quickest few innings of baseball I've ever seen if that was the case.
Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes here at the 2-hour, 21-minute mark to Matt Heupel. 1 for 2, single fly out and a walk. Seth Wiggerstrand, Cooper Borkhardt, the scheduled batters. And there's a walk to Matt Heupel, and they got a runner on now, and
it's a very good at-bat by Heupel. I will admit, I've only had a few West Fargo games so far, but all the ones that I've seen he's pitched, so I think that's the first time I've ever seen him in the batter's box. And you mentioned he was 1 for 2 earlier, and a nice at-bat right there. Heupel showing off his skills in the box.
Here's Seth Wiggerstrand, a couple of ground outs to third, and then he finally popped one past the third baseman for a single into left field on his last at-bat. And now he's facing I believe, an 0-1 count. And now it's 2-0. I've just been told. 2 balls, no strikes.
This is a big at-bat right here for West Fargo. Trailing by 4 with only 6 outs to play with. You got 1 on, the first man on, and you'd like to keep it rolling right here.
Absolutely. And that pitch comes in low for ball number 3. So 3 balls, no strikes. To Seth Wiggerstrand with Cooper Borkhardt on deck. Easton Heisler to follow if we can get that far into the lineup. Nobody out. Matt Heupel, the runner on first. Cole Sweely came in last inning in relief for Jurgensmeyer, if I remember the pronunciation right, who had 93 pitches. And he's responsible for 8 of the 9 runs that West Fargo has put on the board. There's a fly out by Wiggerstrand to center field, and that is out number 1 of the inning. Cooper Borkhardt now will try and keep the inning going here. Easton Heisler moving into the on-deck circle. Borkhardt will face pitch 34 from Cole Sweely on 33 pitches, 15 balls, and 8 strikes so far.
If you're Borkhardt, you got to try and avoid a ground ball right here because that could spell trouble with 1 on and 1 down.
1 ball, no strike here to Cooper Borkhardt on that pitch, high up and in. And a strike toss there for a 1-1 count. The scoreboard in left field is right behind the press box at midfield of the football field, which extends all the way towards about center field, maybe left center, right on the border of left center and center. And as I was saying earlier in the broadcast, and I'm not sure if I brought it up since you got here, but I think I brought it up off air, actually, as it's 2-1 to Borkhardt. My Uber driver brought me to the front of the school and had to make a couple extra. They were looking for a 6-4-3 double play, and they got it. And that will end the inning.
There's that ground ball.
Yeah, you predicted it right, and they were not able to avoid it. And as a result, they go 3 up, 3 down in essence, even though they got the runner on with the double play. It remains 13-9 here, and we move to the 7th inning. And Grand Island looking for a few more insurance runs here. West Fargo will have one more chance to keep their undefeated record alive in the bottom of the 7th, but they got to take care of business.
I kind of wonder where to even begin about what I love about Touchmark. It's everything. It's the time with the residents. It's my team. I work with wonderful individuals every single day. I love the people, and My job is to connect with them, and that's a pretty great job to have, that you get to make genuine, real connections with our residents and our team members. It's just the overall community. That is Touchmark. That's what I love.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
Buffalo Wild Wings win-win value lineup gives you and your friends more for less. With buy one, get one half off traditional wings every Tuesday. Buy one, get one free boneless wings every Thursday. And $3 tolls every day. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
All right, welcome back. We move to the top of the 7th inning. Mike Mason alongside Eric Tianson here at Westside High School. The West Fargo Patriots will have another game against Cheyenne eventually here this afternoon, and then they'll be back at approximately 7:30 tomorrow night to take on Omaha West. And Omaha West defeated Grand Island by the final score of 5-4 in the game right before this one. It was a walk-off in the bottom of the 7th, and now West Fargo's looking for a walk-off of their own in the bottom of the 7th. But first, the top of the 7th here with Zenon Sack, Cohen Nelson, and E.J. Ahrens. It's the top of the order, batters 1, 2, and 3 for Grand Island as we reach 2 hours, 27 minutes. My record is 2 hours, 59. That happened between the Astros and Rutgers down in Vero Beach, Florida. Do you recall what your record is, Eric?
Oh, man, it's not quite that much, but I would say it's probably a little bit past 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Well, you're going to have well, you won't. I guess I will. You'll join in progress another 2:30 a game. But
and I think it was a West Fargo game, too, as a matter of fact. Would have been in mid-July or mid-June or so back at Young Field.
1-1, and now it's 2-1 to Zenon Sack. And that one, it snuck by Wiggerstrand into center field, and that'll be a hit for Zenon Sack. He'll be a single. A for effort for Wiggerstrand, but couldn't quite make the play, and now it's Cohen Nelson as nobody out. Cohen Nelson will face pitch 49 from Skylar Horde.
Yeah, that was a great effort there from Wiggerstrand. I've seen him make a lot of great plays over at that shortstop position, but just couldn't quite get that one, but A for effort. That would have been a heck of a grab.
We've seen a couple of grabs, and Cohen Nelson, this is his, he's 6 trip to the plate, and on 4 of those, he's tried that bunt that he just tried there and fouled it off for the strike. So it's 0-1. He reached on a bunt single, and then he reached on he was thrown out on a sacrifice bunt to move runners into scoring position. Then he struck out swinging. Then he reached base on an error, and then he struck out swinging again. And now here he is for time number 6 of the game. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike here to Cohen Nelson. E.J. Ahrens on deck. Skylar Horde, 29 balls, 21 strikes on 50 pitches. I don't think any of the West Fargo pitches today have a ball-strike split that is in favor of strikes. And that will be, he'll reach because Burkhart was not on the base when the throw was sent over there. And
Nelson reaches on the infield single. Brings up the center fielder, number 2, E.J. Ahrens.
The 7th inning here for West Fargo looking just as ugly as the top of the 1st inning. The 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th innings were some fairly errorless baseball, but the 1st and the 7th inning here have been some trouble so far for West Fargo. Swing and a miss there by Ahrens, 0-1 count. 2 for 2 with a double, a pair of walks, a single, and another walk. The double went to right field, the single went to left field. Now he showed bunt. Bunts it down the first base line, and it rolls foul. If it would have stayed fair, that would have been an excellent bunt.
Yeah, that was one heck of an effort right there. Just rolling a little bit too far to the right. Would have been a tough play for those corner infielders, but now he's going to have to settle back in and swing the bat here with a 2-strike count.
0-2. Top of the 7th, nobody out. 2 runners on. Zenon Sack on second. Cohen Nelson on first. Here's the pitch, and that one's lifted up to center field. Should be an easy catch for Stocker, and it is. The runners will stay put at their original bases, and we have the first out of the inning.
That makes life just a little bit easier now for West Fargo. With 1 down, they've got 2 on. they can get the force at any base except for home, and if there's a ground ball in the infield, they can pick whichever base they'd want to get the easy out.
Yeah, and with where Wiggerstrand is at right now, if the ball goes anywhere near Wiggerstrand, it could be an easy 6-4-3. And that will take care of that idea there on the wild pitch, and that'll move the runners from first and second to second and third, respectively.
Yeah, that could prove to be huge here in this top of the 7th inning. Those runners now taking away a lot of those force outs, and now the only force is over at first.
That one's popped up, fouled away off of the first base side. So once again, runners on second and third, and it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count with 1 out. Here to Carson Lighting, the batter, 3 for 4, drop third strike, ground rule double over the left field wall, walk, and a single and a double. So if he gets a triple here, or he almost got another ground rule double, and so the run will score, and so he'll get the triple. Now, does that count as the cycle or not? He has a single, a double, a triple, and then he has a ground rule double.
Oh.
So not quite the
maybe not quite a
the
cycle, maybe a unicycle.
Yeah, there we go.
Almost there. That was a good piece of hitting right there, taking it all the way to the wall and driving home the 2 runners. Few pieces of insurance for Grand Island, and now maybe just feeling a little bit more comfortable when they turn things over to their arms here in the bottom of the 7th.
That one, if he needed a shave, he just got it. They're going to say he was hit by a pitch, so Lee will reach first. Runners on the corners now, and West Fargo down by 6 heading into the bottom of the 5th. They were able to, and now they're down by 6 once again. We've officially reached 2 minutes beyond Eric Tianson's record long game. 2 hours and 32 minutes, the time of the game now. And that pitch, I believe, missed for a ball. It did. Cohen Evans, the batter, 2 for 3. Single, a sac fly to right. A fielder's reach base on a fielder's choice, and then another single. And he'll swing and miss here. Maybe made contact. Either way, it's a strike. 1-1 the count. Total of 29 hits in this ball game, 17 for Grand Island and 12 for West Fargo. 1 ball and 2 strikes now here to Cohen Evans. 61 pitches for Horde. 62 coming up here. And that one's outside. Horde, I don't think he intended for that pitch to go there. It just left his hand awkwardly, and now it's 2-2.
Yeah, and with a 2-ball, 2-strike count, I have to imagine probably something catching the zone right here.
Well, you're not going to steal that Nostradamus title from me. And Horde, I don't think he realized that Lighting was coming in from third, and Heisler making that play, hoping that his pitcher would be there, and he wasn't. And now all the runners advance, and another run scores, and it's 16-9. And it's a full count at 3-2 as a result. So runners on first and second now, and a visit from Coach Roll up to the mound here for West Fargo.
Yeah, they've got to get 2 outs here to try and turn things back over here in the bottom of the 7th. I'd imagine, well, let's see what his pitch count is. It's
64 is what I have it at.
And it looks like that's going to be it.
This will be the 4th pitcher of the day here for West Fargo, and it looks like they're potentially bringing in Trey Stocker, I believe, from center field. We'll double-check that.
It's worth noting, 4 pitchers used here in Game 1. And as you've mentioned probably many times, they've got a game coming up right after this one, too.
Yeah. might go through all their pitchers in a doubleheader.
Yeah.
That's not normal of this West Fargo Patriots team.
Not at all.
And it will indeed be Trey Stocker coming in from center field, so we'll have a new center fielder. And I didn't see who ran out there. Did you, Eric? Or?
No.
That's okay. We're getting word here that they possibly did a straight flip-flop between center and pitcher. If that's the case, Skylar Horde moves out to center.
It looks like number 8 is out in the outfield right now.
Oh, that'd be Cooper Borkart if that's number 8. We'll get all figured out eventually here for you.
Always an adventure trying to pick out numbers, especially out in the outfield. I feel like I should bring some binoculars.
Well, I actually have 5 pairs of binoculars, one for each channel that we have, but I always forget to pack them up after, because I don't really need them in basketball, volleyball season, and football season they're somewhat useful, and baseball they're very useful. So baseball, softball, they're very useful, and I just never pack them back in. So Trey Stocker will continue his warm-ups here as we've now reached 2 hours, 37 minutes. Time of the ball game. We'll take a quick peek around the bases, make sure no other changes have been made underneath our eyes. Looks like Borkhart's still at first, and Nolan Dodd's still at second.
So it's 6, not 8, that's out in center.
Wiggerstrand and Wolf still at short and third, respectively, and moving out into center field then is Carter O'Lean, and that would make sense. So Griffin Stahl still on right, and Matt Heupel still on left for West Fargo. Here's the first pitch for Trey Stocker. It's in for a strike. It's 0-1 to Kevin Ramos, who's 2 for 2, or check that, 2 for 3. A pair of singles, one to center, one to left, a strikeout, and then a sacrifice bunt. 0-1 the count here to Ramos. And now Ramos drills it to right field, and that's going to be a base hit. And that's going to score Braden Lee, and they're going to hold Evans at third. It's an RBI double for Kevin Ramos to right field. That brings up Jace Chrisman.
Yeah, and with how high scoring this game has been, it looks like Grand Island making no mistake right here. They want to tack on as many runs as they can, because I was following along about this game earlier while I was doing the game for Post 400, and for a while it looked like Grand Island was about to run away with it. West Fargo clawed their way back in, and now Grand Island's trying to slam the door shut here.
Yeah, absolutely an accurate description of this ball game here, and I think Grand Island's figured out that if you give West Fargo a chance, they'll take every advantage of it, and now they're like, okay, we cannot give them another chance. So they're certainly making the work tough for West Fargo heading into the bottom of the 7th, trailing 17-9. It was a 13-9 ball game when the top of the 7th started. And 13-9 certainly looked a lot more feasible than 17-9.
Yeah, a lot of times in basketball or football, they'll say one-possession games, 4-run. That's technically a one-swing game, and Grand Island's been able to push it out of reach, as that one's going to drop for a hit as well.
And that will score another run, and now Grand Island has doubled up West Fargo. It's 18-9 on an RBI single by Chrisman out into right field that scores Evans and puts Ramos into third. So runners on the corners now here for Grand Island. And Austin Payne. No, we have a different batter. So on batter 9, the last 3 batter 9s have been 3 different players, and it's Tyler Douglas. Tyler Douglas batted in the 9 position two batting lineups ago. So officially he's 1 for 4. Strikeout swinging, a single to left field, and then 2 strikeouts looking. And now Tyler Douglas will make his 5th plate appearance, while his teammates have made at least 6. Or I should say at least 5. Yeah, at least 6. Soon to be 7 plate appearances for Zenon Sack, who's on deck here with 1 away. And if no double plays happen, we'll see Sack next. Actually, we won't. Yes, we will. It is. As I look over to my right, it is indeed Sack on deck. 1-1, and that one is down the line, and that's the exact same spot he put it about 3 innings ago. And he scored a run on that hit 3 innings ago as well, and now 2 runs are going to score. Ramos from third, and Chrisman will come in from first, and now it's 20-9, and I don't want to say it's over, but it might be over at this point.
Starting to look like that, yeah.
Stay tuned. Seen stranger things happen. We've seen a team score 16 runs in the bottom of the 4th after trailing 4-0 through the first 4 innings of play, and this one's certainly in favor of Grand Island at the moment, but West Fargo could put something together. They certainly have the talent to do so. That one's fouled away, and it's 0-1. Zevin Sack, 3 for 5, reached on an error, pair of singles, a fly out, a walk, and another single. Stocker, 5 pitches, make that 6 pitches, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. He has 1 ball and 5 strikes on 6 pitches, and that's the only West Fargo pitcher today who's had a ball-strike split in favor of strikes. And as soon as I say that, he throws a ball way to the outside, and he still has a few pitches to work with here, but hopefully I didn't jinx that little stat there. Swing and a miss for strike 2. We'll see if Stocker can get a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout, even though the pitchers have struggled. Every pitcher who's gone on the mound is at least 1 Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout or more, with the exception of Stocker, as I hiccup through that 3-2 count. And this is big here. Strikeout puts 2 outs on the board with 2 runners on, second and third, or no, 1 runner on second, excuse me.
Premature hitting the button right there as he fouled it off.
You just really wanted to see that strikeout, didn't you? And outside, he'll walk him, and that's a Eric Tianson walk. So runners on first and second after the walk, and Cohen Nelson 2 for 6. A single, a ground out, strikeout swinging, reach base on an error, strikeout swinging, and another single. And a swing and a miss for strike 1. I don't remember the batter's name, but the one that I asked you if the ground rule double counted as a cycle or not with the single, double, triple. He almost has 3 ground rule doubles in this game.
Wow.
He had 2 other hits that bounced off the ground into the lower portion of the fence, and then that first one bounced over the fence, and they were all to left field. Here's the 0-2, and that one's popped up, and drifting back there's Wiggerstrand, and it's going to bounce for a hit. Matt Heupel will pick it up, fire it into Wiggerstrand, and that will score a run. They'll score Douglas from second. Sack moves up to second. It's an RBI single for Nelson.
Brings up the center fielder number 2, E.J. Aaron.
E.J. Aaron's 2 for 3. Double, walk, walk, single, walk, and a fly out to center. And that one hits him, and I think it hit him anyway. Yep, it did, and now he's on base via hit by a pitch, and that loads the bases here for the 5th, maybe the 6th time in the game for Grand Island. Usually when you leave 14 runners on base, that means you've lost the ball game, but in this case, you're winning big. So that goes to show, they've given up 21 runs, but they still have played enough defense to strand 14 runners on base. So 21 runs on, well, according to my numbers, 21 hits. Scoreboard's off by 2 hits. And that one's a little bit outside for a ball. This is Carson Lighting. He's 4 for 5. 4 for 5, that's not bad.
No, not at all.
Drop third strike, ground rule double, walk, single, double, and a triple. I feel like that happened earlier this inning, and I'm pretty sure it did. I have not been keeping track of how many batters have stepped up to the plate here in this inning, but it's at least 9+ now. And that pitch comes in for a strike, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike here to Carson Lighting, excuse me. And there's a walk, and that's a bases-loaded walk, and just everything not going right for West Fargo here.
Yeah, they just got to try and find out a way to get these next 2 outs, and it looks like right on cue they're going to have a meeting on the mound to try and figure this one out.
Yeah, I wonder, are they going to – no, he's just going to come up there and talk. He does not have the enthusiasm as he did the first 4 or 5 visits to the mound today. He kind of hanging his head a little bit there and just like, hey, this game has gone on long enough. And, I think I mentioned it earlier this inning. They started out the 7th inning with a couple of sloppy plays and an error, and that's exactly how the first inning started out. And as you can see, they scored 3 in the first inning, but they have scored 9 runs here in the top of the 7th. When this 7th inning started, it was 13-9, and now they are a run shy of double digits. And we have a new pitcher. It's going to be Seth Wigestrand coming in to pitch. He'll move in from the shortstop position. And we'll take a break, and we will figure out the new defensive lineups here for West Fargo. We'll be back in a moment.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo, Moorhead, and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
All right, so some defensive changes. Aiden Wolf moves from third to short. Wigestrand comes from short to pitcher. I'm not sure who's at third. It looked like number 6, possibly Carter O'Lean. If that's true, that means we have a new center fielder, but I'm trying to confirm that before I make the official change in my book here. And the first pitch from Seth Wigestrand comes to Braden Lee for a ball, 1-0. Braden Lee 0 for 3 with a couple of walks, fly out, fielder's choice, reach base on an error, and was hit by a pitch.
Yeah, when you're saying that many things when a player comes up to the plate, that usually means the team is having a pretty good day.
Bases loaded here. The only thing that hasn't gone wrong for West Fargo is they have not allowed a grand slam. And Grand Island's had 6 or 7 opportunities in this game with the bases loaded, and that's the only thing they haven't done today. Now watch, they'll probably do popped up center field. Maybe O'Lean, maybe not. Whoever it is makes the catch. Runner will tag. It's Carter play at the plate, and they got him.
Wow.
That may have been a sympathy out. It looked like he was safe from my vantage point there, but they will get him. So it's a double play. A fly out to center for whoever's playing center field, and then they'll toss it back and get Cohen Nelson out at home for the double play, and they will strand 2 on base as a result. And now a lot of work for West Fargo in the bottom of the 7th. We'll return after this here on Magnitude.
Signorama of Fargo is the trusted, preferred signage vendor of NDSU athletics. The global leader in the sign and graphic industry, Signorama is the way to grow your business. Competitive prices, free consultations and estimates, signage solutions that fit your budget. Signorama is locally owned and committed to community support. Trusted by the Bison, be a championship business with Signorama. Call or go online at sarvalley.com.
The Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota is the place for you and your friends to come and enjoy cold drinks, great food, and sports all under a friendly and fun atmosphere. Whether it's the Vikings, Twins, Wild, NDSU Bison, or one of your favorite teams, watch all the games at the Knickerbocker. Open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., and Sunday, 12 noon to 2 a.m. You can find the Knickerbocker at 412 Main Avenue in Hickson, just a 10-minute drive south of Fargo. Take University Drive, head south until you arrive. All right, bottom of the 7th here. 2 hours, 52 minutes. Time of the game, Easton Heisler. He's perfect. Single walk and a single. And now he gets hit by a pitch. And the game continues, and he will be on first base.
Well, it's just another way to reach base for him as he continues his perfect night reaching base.
13 runs needed to force the 8th. Or 14 to walk it off. Like I said, the record for runs on Magnitude is 16 and a half innings. So Grand Island got 9 in the top half of the 7th. and West Fargo only needs 14 to walk it off. And that would still be 2 shy of the record. And it's 2 balls and no strikes to Aiden Wolf. Easton Heisler, actually, they might. Do they have a courtesy runner for Heisler? I think they normally do. And no, it looks like Heisler's still on base. Trying to.
Looks like 14, which I believe is Heisler that's over there.
Yeah, it is Heisler.
I guess that would make sense, as the odds of him going out to catch again would probably be pretty low in this game.
Oh, you got a point there. That's one thing that definitely slipped my mind. Let's put it that way. Aiden Wolf is the batter. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And this will be a chopper towards third. He'll run up. He will not get it there in time. He's safe. It's an infield single, pushing Heisler to second.
Wolf has an infield single, brings up number 2, Nolan Dodds. Correction.
And it'll be, let's see, number 23. I don't have number 23 on my roster.
Number 23, Caleb Anderson.
Caleb Anderson. All right, it's Caleb Anderson, and that makes sense. Probably called up from the Vets or Aces, because I've seen that name on a West Fargo roster in the past, just not on a Patriots roster. So Caleb Anderson with no balls and a strike. He'll bat in place of Nolan Dodds as he takes over the number 1 spot.
And even scoreboard aside, this is a big at-bat for Anderson right here. You mentioned him getting called up. This is his chance to sort of show off what he's got a little bit, ease his way into this level, and ease his way into the Patriots roster.
And he'll foul it back, and thanks for the net. It's not in my left hand or Eric's right hand. And it's no balls and 2 strikes, or 1 ball and 2 strikes, excuse me. And Sweely is now tossed 46 pitches for Grand Island. Here's pitch 47, swing and a miss for strike 3. It's a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout for Sweely, and that's out number 1 of the inning with 2 runners on. Brings up the scheduled batter, Trey Stocker, and it is indeed Trey Stocker.
That clock is ticking. You're ever so close to your record.
Oh, man. I could go for a base hit right about now. Swing and a miss for Stocker, strike 1. He's 3 for 4. Grounded out to second. Since then, he has a trio of singles all to left field. So, minus his first at bat, he's 3 for 3. Pitch inside for a ball, and it's 1-1. 2 hours, 56 minutes, 3 minutes shy of the longest game ever on Magnitude Sports. I think we might have a new record here, especially if Stocker keeps fouling him away. One ball and 2 strikes. Heisler on second, Aiden Wolf the runner on first. That one's popped up, and will it get over the head of Arends? It might. No, Arends makes a nice running grab for out number 2, and the runners will stay put at first and second, and Brennan Hammond is the scheduled batter. And is it Hammond? Number 5, can't see the jersey, and it's not. It's somebody else.
6.
Carter O'Lean. Carter O'Lean. Yep, O'Lean. Swing and a miss for 1 ball, 1 strike now to Carter O'Lean. Carter O'Lean, 1 for 6 lifetime on Magnitude Sports. Has a hit to left field and now 6 plate appearances. 6 at-bats, I guess is the better way to word that. Strike comes across, 1-2. 2 hours, 57 minutes, and Sweely could end this here on the next pitch. Can he end it on pitch 55? No, he cannot. Ball 2. On deck is Evan Berg. He'll take the spot of Griffin Stahl in the number 4 if he can get up to the plate. And that one's bobbled by the third baseman, and he'll be safe. He'll reach on an error, and they'll load the bases for West Fargo. So the error will be charged to the third baseman. And now Evan Berg will take the spot of Griffin Stahl in the number 4 spot in the lineup. And a ball.
I think he might have actually called it a strike.
Yep, I'll go with that. Strike 1. And that one could end it. It's going back, and Aarons is there, and he makes the catch. And the official time of the game, 2 hours and 58 minutes. 1 minute shy of tying the record. Maybe I'll just leave the clock run for a little bit here. Well, the undefeated Patriots get a reality check here as they fall and take their first loss of the season to Grand Island by the final score of 22-9. We're going to wrap this up. I have a suspicion they're going to get to the next game a little bit quicker than they probably would have had this game ended an hour and a half ago. So we'll be end this stream, and we'll be back with the next stream here ASAP. We'll talk to you again soon here on Magnitude Sports.
Seating has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, and visit our website at magnitudesn.com for a schedule of our upcoming broadcasts.